I'm gonna show you how to make these beautiful rice qutilk. They're great for parties, dinners, or you can eat anytime. First, I'm going to put my ground beef on the stove, which it's about a kilo I have here, and it's the one with some fat. You need it with fat. So this one is with fat. It's gonna go on to a non-stick pan, and I'm gonna break it down with a spoon, and I'll put it on the stove, and then right when I put this on, I'm going to put my rice onto. I have 3 cups of rice here. You can double it if you want more, or you can make 2 cups, but I'm going to put my meat on, and I'll show you before I put my rice on. So here it is. I put it on the stove. I'm gonna put salt. You're gonna put salt to your taste. So that's my taste, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water. It's just it's easier to break it. So make sure to break it before it cooks. Otherwise, it's hard to break it down. And if that happens, like you know how they become lumps, it's already cooked. It's hard to cut. You know, just put it in the blender. Put it in the blender, and it's easier. But if you break it all like this, and then before it cooks all the way, just stir a couple times until it cooks, and it's gonna be separated with these little pieces that is grounded. And then I'm going to cover it on a medium heat until it cooks, and then I will add my onion, parsley stuff. I'll show you what I'm going to be adding. I still haven't covered it, so it took me about a minute. I was just keep stirring it and breaking it, stirring it. So as you can see, now it's all separated, and I don't have to worry about getting a big lumps. Now I'm going to cover it, leave it on a medium heat for about maybe 15-20 minutes, or until it dries, evaporates this water, and then I'm going to add my other stuff. Now here's my rice. I have 3 cups here, as I said, and I'm gonna pour it into this pan or pot. So try to put it on non-stick one as well. I'm going to wash it well, and then before I add salt and water. So here I washed it and I put it on the stove, and I'm gonna add about 3/4 tablespoon of salt, but it is to taste. So once you add water, stir it well, and you can taste it, and if you want to add more. And I have 4 cups of water here. It's gonna go in here. You can put hot water or boiled. Boiled is just gonna make it to boil faster, but I just put it's a hot water. So I'm gonna leave it on the stove until it comes a very high boil. I'll lower it down and then cover it until it cooks. Here's my ground beef. It's cooking slow, as you can see, and here's my rice. It's boiling fast, so I'm gonna give it a stir and then lower it down so it can just cook. I added extra water. It's more water than you cook regular rice, because I want this to be very soggy rice. So I put it on a very low heat, cover it until it cooks. And here are the veggies. I'm gonna add it to my filling. I have 1 big onion here, 100 of Italian parsley, and 1 green pepper. Green pepper is optional. If you don't like, you don't need to add. And 1 potato I'm gonna add last. And I have some seasoning, so 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and then 1 teaspoon of this is cayenne, but you can also add chili powder if you like, and you can add any other seasoning if you like, but that's all I'm gonna be adding. So here's the onion. I blended. You can also do it by hand if you don't have a food processor. And my parsley, I took the ends off. These are just hard. I don't like them. I mean, if you can put in a food processor, you could blend it, but I just always take them off. So this is how the onion's gonna look, and I'm going to blend my parsley. I'm going to check the rice. It looks like the water is all gone. I'm gonna see if I need to add a little more or if it's good. So you can always touch it too to make sure if it's cooked, or you can see, you know, how it's just separating. is actually cooked like it's just you're gonna eat it. So I'm going to add more water, maybe one more. I'm gonna add 1 cup of water because I want it to be really cooked so it can be smushy. I'm gonna smush this down. So I'm gonna add 1 more cup of water. And so here it is. I actually added 2 cups of water because I felt like, well, 1 was not enough when I added it and I stirred it. So 2 cups of water. So I have 3 cups of rice here, and I've got 6 cups of water for these qutilk. This is not because it's not regular rice. I needed to cook extra, so 6 cups. I'm gonna check out the meat. So it's been on for like 20 minutes on a low heat. It still has a little bit of water left, but that's okay. And now I'm going to add the onions. If you want to know the measurement of onions, it's 2 cups. So I have 2 cups of onions. So I'm gonna give it a good stir. So this is gonna stay on for like 10 minutes or so. And then before I add my parsley and the seasoning. It was on the stove for 10 minutes on a low heat until the onions got softened. So now I put it on a little higher heat, and I'm gonna add the parsley. So parsley is about 1.5 cups, and I'm also gonna add the seasoning. And as I said, seasoning it's your choice. You can add how much you want to add, or how many different kinds of seasoning you can add. If you want it a little more spicier or less, or don't even put seasoning, it's up to you. It's really up to you. So I'm going to leave it on here, not too high, but a little high, so this water can get evaporated, and I want it to get a little dry, so I can put wet fillings into my qutilk. So, and then the rice is about done. As you can see, the rice is so sticky, and I'm going to just put it on the side to get a little bit cold, and I'll tell you how I'm going to smush that too. It's been about 10 minutes. The water is all gone, and as I said, it was on medium high. Sorry, there's smoke. And here is the potatoes. I grind it, and it has those little pieces of parsley because I did not clean my blender when I put it from blending the parsley and green pepper. And I'm gonna put on a little high, so it's gonna be on a higher side, and I just wanted to get that sizzle. I'm not gonna let it cook too long with the potatoes, because I don't want these potatoes to cook all the way, otherwise it's gonna be lumps. You know, it's gonna be like mashed potato in here. So I'm just gonna leave it in here for maybe at least 3 minutes on high, and I'm gonna stir it. That's gonna be done. So here's the filling. I turned the stove off, and I just got the potatoes. As you can see, it's really dry. It's sizzling. So at this point, you can taste it. If you need more seasoning, or if you need more salt, you can add. Now I'm gonna just put it to the side to get cold while I do my rice, and so this is done for now. Here is the rice. It's cold now. It's not too cold, it's warm, and so it has to be warm enough for me to work with it. I have a bag here, this ice bag, and I'm going to put the rice in this bag with a little bit of oil. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in the bag, and then put my rice in here, and I'm gonna add 1 egg and a couple tablespoons of the tomato paste, and add a little bit of water so it's easier to work with. Or you can just dump it into a tray and knead it by hand. Add all these things and knead it by hand, or you can just put it in a food processor, however is easier for you. And look, but I'll show you how you do it in the bag. So here it is. I put some oil in the bag and just rubbed it all over, and then maybe it was about 2 tablespoons of oil, and then add the egg, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and I put all my rice in here. So if you make let's say double this, put it in 2 bags to work with. Now I'm going to close this, And then I just have to tie it here, and then I'm going to massage it and rub it, knead it, so until I get into a good dough. So this is how it is. I took the air out, and then I'm just gonna massage it basically like this and put it. It's just, this way it's cleaner. It doesn't make your hand dirty or sticky. So you just have to do this for about 5 minutes or so. Make sure everything is, the tomato goes everywhere. And just do it for a few minutes until you're happy with the dough. I'll show you. I'm gonna keep doing it. I can't really do it with one hand. So this, I've been doing it with 2 hands, so you can just literally just go like that. I added a little bit of water 2 times. I just opened. So you just massage it, knead it, beat it, whatever you do until. So I've been doing it for a couple minutes, and so I think it's good. And I'm gonna leave it in the bag too, so I don't have to make any other dishes dirty. How it looks. I think I'm happy with the dough, so it's good. And I'm gonna start making it. So here's the dough. You have to make your fingers wet, and then you make your rice into little balls like this. Then you just, with your 2 thumbs, you make little holes into it, and then just put your fillings in there. It depends how big, how small you make the ball, and you can add the filling. So make sure it's all closed, and then more water because it's very sticky. And then you just shape it. So I shape it this way, and you can shape however you like. And that's it. So you're gonna put on the side. You make them. I'm gonna show you one more. Make a ball with 2 thumbs. As you can see, and then you can just fill it up. I put potatoes. As you can see, it's not sticky. The potato is not cooked all the way, but I am gonna deep fry these, so it makes it really tasty with the potatoes. Or if you don't like potatoes, you don't have to add. So same, and then turn. So it's how they are. I'm going to continue making them all before I deep fry. So here are the rice qutilk, and I still have a lot left. So my fillings, as you can see, there's still left. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to deep fry them while I'm making them, and that way I don't have to stay here too long for deep frying them. So you can also, I usually put tin saran wrap underneath my tray, and I put these on like this, and I cover it with a saran wrap, put in the freezer for overnight, and then pick one by one, put in a bag as frozen, and you can put in the freezer for up to 2 to 3 months. And then also you can just fry them, but make sure fry them as frozen. So same thing, there is gonna be no problem. You can deep fry them anytime. They're because they're good for I mean, this was 3 cups, so it's a lot. If it's too much, you can freeze them. So I have here in the pan, I have my oil, and in the pan I'm gonna wait for it until it gets hot. So I'll just throw them in here. And the other way, I said, you know how I added 1 egg to my dough? So if you forget to add it to the dough, you can just beat it in a little a plate with a fork, and then just grab your qutilk and then just rub it on, not too much, a little bit. I put in a oil. We found that way that it's not gonna break or crack, or egg helps, so that's why. So the oil is getting hot. My stove is on high. I'm going to lower it down just like that. So if it's frozen, it has to be on high, but because it's fresh, I don't want them to burn. So I'm just gonna add it. can shake it a little bit. Shake your pan a little. And then just add more. There you go. It's all in here. And we're just gonna leave it on here for a couple minutes or until they're golden brown. Sometimes if it's not golden brown at the top, you can just turn them. So here it's been on for like a minute, and I'm just gonna turn them. I'll just turn them all. So here they're done. I have 2 plates here. So this is I have to put a paper towel, and I have one. So first, I'm gonna take them. I put them in here for a couple minutes, and then until, you know, I don't want all the oil to go into the first tray. So as you can see, they're all golden brown. They're very crunchy. I'm just gonna take them all out, just like this, over here. And I'm going to add another batch to the oil. And it's gonna stay here until my next batch is ready. Here are my Qutilks all done, and my rice dough and fillings, they were pretty much even, so they're done together. And this is how it looks inside. It's really crunchy, and they're good. You can even fry them, and you can eat them until tomorrow. Put them in the fridge. Once you put them in an air fryer, they just look as fresh. They're really good. So as I said, for parties, we especially make them for parties, big dinners. So for anything, they're really tasty. They're really good. And you can, as I said, you can freeze them, and you can fry them anytime. They're just gonna be as fresh. So I hope you enjoy eating them and making them and eating them. And please do try making them with I know there are some people make them white with yellow, and I put it with tomato paste. It's really good with tomato paste. And also you can make them exactly same thing, like this chicken one. Instead of meat, you can put chicken thighs or breast, and it's just gonna taste as good. Thanks for watching.